Hello everyone and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis. I'm not going to start with a statement, well, yes, let me start with a statement. Because every day since a week, or maybe a little bit more, every day 2 to 3 people are asking me exactly the same question. And I'm a little bit tired about that. Because I have shared this information via analysis. I remember last Saturday. I did that yesterday and the day before, I think both days or just yesterday. I don't remember, but I have tweeted even about that. It's always the question, hey, Inspocrypto, take a look to Bitfinex longs. That's bullish. Thanks to Justin, he provided a very useful screenshot. But at the same time, I have mentioned that they are hedging their spot sells with longs. And here we go. The problem is you can't see their sells because all those orders are hidden. That's a new, very useful feature, at least for whales, on Bitfinex. So that's, like you say, that's why you see Finex longs go ballistic, but spot CBD is down only. You can see that they hide that. So yeah, it's very difficult to say what's happening there. So in my opinion, I mean, the spot CBD is down only, but to be honest, not big. But of course, I mean, we can't see that. It's just a half truth what Bitfinex is showing. So if you think that's enough for you to see 2.7 billion US dollars in futures, I mean, maybe it's just leverage one or something. So they can't, I mean, that's the thing. It's so absolutely not transparent. And yeah, I don't know how to spread this information anymore, because I tried and I did several times, and that's something I wanted to mention again, and hopefully all of you will watch my analysis and everything is clear. And that's it. I don't have any other statement today. So let us take a look to the weights ratio and what's happening. So as usual, today Friday, and tomorrow we have our live stream. So start to think what kind of questions you will ask. So yeah, weights ratio 30 hours moving average lifted up a lot, declining, so indicating the preparation it's completed in my opinion. And at the same time, the stablecoin reserves on exchanges is declining. They are selling, but the stablecoin reserve, the stablecoin supply is lifting up. Not that big, but it's step by step lifting up, indicating another 100 million just minted on Tether today. So it's not big anymore, but it's a sign at least that a little bit of capitals coming back to the exchanges. I guess mainly because of the price level, but not enough. We are still, compared to November, almost 10% down or 5% down of stable coins. I need to check, but yeah, something. The weights ratio, you remember yesterday I have mentioned that, surprised me, reached 22%. And it's stable since yesterday. So in the last 2 days, it didn't rise anymore. I mean, they just have completed everything, and in my opinion, that explains why we have 70,000 Bitcoin more on exchanges. And since yesterday, it declined by 11,000 Bitcoins, but we still have more than 50,000 Bitcoins still there. So I think they their preparation is done and they will start to sell. But we don't know if maybe they are just not taking out all these bitcoins and they let them on the exchanges to fool us, for example. Everything is possible. I don't have a crystal ball here in front of me. So we need to see. Let us check what's happening to the inflows, however, and you can see here the supply. It was at 98, yeah, 10%, 98.8 billion, and now it's 90.9, so almost 10% down since, oh Jesus, since February, so it's not that long away ago. And even the wealth ratio daily, it was yesterday 55. It was also very high, and the day before 62. So yeah, what's happening right now, it's a consequence of their preparation, in my opinion. We will see if we are done and we will lift up afterwards. I doubt it. But let's just take a look to the flows. So flow activity. It was very calm in the last 2 days. Actually, yesterday, you remember I have mentioned we received some stablecoins. Didn't happen today. So today, I guess they have still enough stablecoins. They don't need to send more to the spot exchanges, I guess, at least. Or they let the price dump even more just because they didn't reach their expected price level. That's also possible. So yeah, as mentioned today in my tweet, I didn't detected any big inflows anymore, and just in the last 2 hours we received almost 4,000 bitcoins. Let us take a look here. So in the last hour, 1,000 bitcoin, and before 2,800 and another 800, so a little bit more than 4,000 bitcoins in the last 3 hours. While no big stablecoin inflows coming in, so usually they let them distribute everything, and when they are done, they send stablecoins and they push up afterwards. So that's something we should have in mind. That's possible, but I have mentioned just yesterday when we reached here that they could start to form a dead cat bounce. That was actually a big dead cat bounce, and yes, a bear flag as well, and so I was expecting that. However, just to complete my dead cat bounce, we need to go down to 28,500. If that's going to happen, you know that 28,500, it's my favorite magic level at the moment, at least for the bearish scenario, and we need to go down to 28.5. That will be at least a retest, and depends on DXY and SPY what's going to happen there today. DXY, it's very strong at the moment. I'm the big exception, I think, because I'm the only one, it seems, they're expecting a little rally by DXY in the next week, maybe in the next 2 weeks, and I see SPY nuking in the same period of time, and that will bring Bitcoin as well down back to, well, I mean, I still have my favorite bearish, at least bearish scenario, just to make a double bottom at 25 and then accumulate there quick again and then push up, and hopefully then they will go to the 36 to fill the gap there. We need to see. So yeah, we have seen here also bigger outflows, 1,600, 1,400, and so on and so forth. I mean, you remember we received here 10,000, so a lot of big inflows in the last recent days, and of course they are taking these bitcoins out of the exchanges to personal wallets afterwards. If we take a look to the stablecoin ratio here, we see we received, well, that was midnight or 1 a.m. it seems, and indicating 76 million US dollars in stablecoin net flow. That's not big. And since then, just flat, just really flat. So nothing happening here. Let us take a look to the futures. Well, funding rate is rising. So people, of course, while the price is dumping, they are demanding more longs, expecting the price will bounce here. Roman was mentioning, he's seeing 4H, so 4 hours time frame, a possible double bottom. That's possible. That would be right now. I mean, at that current level at 29.5. So I did my gain shorting, but I maintain my short with a tiny stop loss just in case. So I'm not going to make any loss. And but even then, I'm not sure if I'm going to long there. It depends. We need to see what the data is showing us. So the open interest just lifted up and it's declining because all these guys who were just demanding more longs got liquidated, I guess, and the leverage ratio, as you see, maintains a very high level, so very easy to wreck them. And I have tweeted about Coinbase and even about Gemini's current situation, because Coinbase announced once again that they are going to expand their hiring stock, and because of the crypto winter, and Gemini is even reducing their staff by 10% now because of that. That's not bullish at all. Absolutely not bullish at all. It's indicating they have a lack of liquidity, and they know exactly if that maintains, like it is in the current situation, they can't maybe afford their fixed costs, and that could be a big problem. At the same time, it indicates how worse prepared these guys are, to be honest, because they seems they don't have big liquidity reserves, or they want to protect them, of course, and to be fair. That could be another reason why they are making this kind of steps. So we need to see if Binance is going to announce something similar. However, every time they liquidate you, it's money for free for them. So roller coaster is the best way to liquidate all of us. So maybe double bottom now, go up, even create another dead cat bounce, and so on and so forth. So could be possible. However, we know we detected a lot of puts related to Bitcoin, indicating everything below 30k, 26, even 24k, and that was big volume trades related to premium, so something we should have in mind. Yes, we see here stablecoin net flow indicating negative, so people taking profit and taking out their stablecoins, and here Bitcoin's coming in since yesterday. So that could be related to this funding rate, and that would be bullish, to be honest, because I think they laughed too long with Bitcoin collateral. But of course, I had this theory and talked about that yesterday, that maybe MMs, so market makers, are using even to short with Bitcoin collateral just to generate more Bitcoins and to nuke afterwards, just to reach their expected price level. also would be a very smart way to make this, to be honest, because it's then for free. If you have enough money to drive the market, and you know we are going to push down, just short with high leverage with Bitcoin collateral, and you will make more Bitcoins for free, and you can dump even more for free. So why not? So let's just take a look here. Let me first of all just refresh the website. So thank you. And what would we see? You remember 1.2 billion US dollars in shorts? Many people said, yeah, but Inspo, they are shorting. No, they are longing. 1.6 billion versus 800 million. Okay, we have again, and that flipped a little bit, but again, we have now a long short ratio on Binance 66 to 33. That's not healthy. Well, that's not just not healthy, that's just stupid. But the same case, Ethereum. Okay, 60, even more, 69% longing while just 31% shorting. And even here, almost 79 to 20%. So very bullish at the moment, very, very bullish. Not my BS, to be honest. Not my BS at the moment. And let's just take a look here. Let me also here refresh the last FTX. I'm not sure if we should also take a look to Bitfinex because the Kingfisher was announcing they add Bitfinex also to the liquidation app. Wow. I mean, not that wow anymore. You remember yesterday's volume? It's not the same. But yeah, we still have more longs, much more longs. Also here, the density, you see that. In my opinion, yeah, we are so far away from capitulation. That's so different to last year. Even the sentiment of the people. I see one little green candle and people are saying, oh, we will see 38 before 28. Or yeah, many traders said that. Or now up. Now I don't know. I mean, I was expecting, me too, the 36, but we still have this remaining CME gap. But it seems they don't care. Maybe that's the question now. If they care more, maybe about the CME gap at 24 than 36, for example. We will see. I mean, as mentioned, I don't have a crystal ball. So let us take a look to the options. So let us talk about what's happening here, and we need just to check this chart here to see what is driving the market. So we went up, was stable, down, lift up a little bit, down again, and that's exactly what the futures are doing. The market is mainly driven by futures. So for me, it makes sense to fill the gaps. It doesn't matter if it's the gap between 34 and 36K or 24 to 26K. Or even the gap below 20K. Someone just mentioned we have another gap at 20K or something. So yeah, it would make sense, but at the same time you can see what the aggregated spot, mainly by Binance, is doing. They're in distribution mode. They are just selling. And FTX is doing exactly the opposite. So the angle of accumulation just reduced. That's something I don't like to see. I show you why. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense what they did. And usually when I see that, my internal alert is ringing then, because you don't, I mean, if you're looking for profit, you don't sell the way down and you buy the way up. That's exactly what FTX did. Let's, if we zoom out a little bit, you can see what these guys did. Maybe 30 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so sell the way down and even reaching a very deep level that was the big week or deep week to 26, 25. And they keep selling, and then they flip. That doesn't make any sense why to do that. To be honest, of course, they started to sell at 36k, but they bought again at 32k, and even instead of buy here more and more and more, they didn't. They just sell. So they sold a lot, and that's the problem. Look what these guys did was exactly the same. So just to buy here to sell here again, and they are selling and selling and selling. So I hope FTX doesn't have the same in mind, because then we will dump very hard. And yeah, right now we can see what's happening. So the whole market is driven mainly by the market maker. I said the market maker is using Binance, for example, because of its liquidity, but at the same time futures, collateral futures, and stablecoin futures. And FTX is supporting a little bit, as we see here. But however, afterwards, and it seems in that case, they supported that here as well. So they started to lift out, they bought a little bit more, and then they started to distribute a little bit. And right now, as you can see here, they have started to buy again, to accumulate. In my opinion, that looks, yeah, like they are preparing something, because you don't buy that high and you sell them the way down. Doesn't make any sense, not if you want to make money. So that looks like that's part of the strategy, and the big question is what kind of strategy they could have. I really don't know. So let us take a look to my lovely market makers. Well, market makers, as you see, they are not accumulating. They are using a very tiny range. They dumped, or they reduced their balances, lifted up afterwards. And they created here a lot of different fake rallies, like, by the way, last year. But at the same time, they did that accumulating. They are not accumulating, at least not yet. And that's something I'm wondering a little bit why that's happening. And yeah, that's partly why I'm not flipping to bullish. I mean, even when we lift it up, and I've said it's possible that could happen just because of the gags, and it was overheated, indicating we need even to go up. But I didn't long that, because it didn't look solid, and yeah, keeps looking not really solid. Maybe we go up just because of FTX, because last year they pumped very hard. Maybe they are doing exactly the same, but this time it's not part of the market maker strategy, it seems. So they don't want to accumulate at the moment, and in my opinion, that's indicating that they didn't reach the price level they need. You remember last year, I have mentioned that, what happened last year. Okay, while they were accumulating, they were fake ready. I mean, they did exactly the same like now, but not accumulating at the moment, and that's really bearish. I don't know what these guys are doing. You can take a look to the remaining entities. These guys are reducing their balances again, and these guys lifting up a little bit after they reduced a lot. And just this one, well, even these guys, they lifted up again. But yes, it's a big difference, because you can see, if you check here on that corner, you can see there are different balances. So indicating the current price is at 29,460, correct? The market makers own 5,120,000 bitcoins, so almost 30,000 more than just a few days ago. So it seems the chart is indicating they lifted up in balances, so they indicate they used to buy the actually the dip here at 28.6, and they started to decline again at 32. However, the next entity with 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin own 3.89 million Bitcoins. And that's the whole Bitcoin distribution, what I'm showing you. Of course, we still have some entities linked to exchanges, but I don't care about that. And the next entity with 10 to 100 Bitcoins, so the sharks or the little whales, they own 4.4 million Bitcoins. Compared to the retailers, at least all wallets between 0 and 10 Bitcoins, they own 2.85 million. So it's, compared to the others, really not that big, right? So yeah, we need to see. We have seen here once again some activity, market makers showing a fund flow of 1,000 Bitcoin. So it seems they sent 1,000 Bitcoin to I don't know where, and even our entities with 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin sent 2,525 Bitcoin. So it seems that matches very well to the spot exchanges, where we received 2,800 Bitcoin. And we can see also here that the sharks, however, sent 1,000 Bitcoin. At the moment, market makers are doing nothing. Fund flow is just 0, and the others are still a little bit active, but not that big anymore. So we need to see what's going to happen next. If that's going to be, like Roman said, something like a double bottom. He wasn't really sure. He is trading both. He's trading shorts and longs at the same time, it seems. Sometimes that would really make sense. So we need to see what's going to happen here. And yeah, let us take a look to the exchange report. So Coinbase is still limiting at 28 and 35, so nothing has changed. They have started here at 34,400. I don't know why someone is expecting there's something, but look there, that's crazy. That's everything below of 25k. That's really crazy. That's really huge, indicating they want to prevent that. Deribit, okay, they stopped here at 37, I don't know why, but also here at 22. Instead, the whole cluster here maintains alive, and like here in the bottom, yeah, why not? It's them, nothing up, but down at 20, that's it. Binance Spot. Oh, they are doing that again. Okay, 2,100. Oh, even a little bit more. 2,400 Bitcoin waiting there at 29k. So 29k could be the local bottom next. I thought 28.5 at least. We could revisit that. If we just make 29, that would, yeah. I don't know. I was expecting that it bounce to 28.5. We need to see, because it's not the first time they removed this wall. That's much more spoofing. They did that before with 2,100. Now they have 2,400 bitcoins. Or let me see, because we have no, we still have 1,100 bitcoins. So they just, as you see, 2,100, 2,100, 2,200, but just because another wall was there with 100 bitcoins, and the same is happening here. We had here 340 or 370 bitcoins, another 2,100. If that's simple math, that's 2,400. So they keep spoofing with those 2,100 bitcoins, letting people expecting, hey, 29, that's the bottom, because we are not going down even more. But they did that in the past. They removed them just close before, and we dumped even more. Bitfinex spot. They still waiting there between 32.5 and 33, and we have here between 27,500 and 27. FTX perp, 25,500. Wow. Sam, are you expecting something? Talk to me. Nothing up? Well, yes, at 35, still there. I mean, why not? I would love to see that go up to 35 and then down to 25. Just imagine, that would be crazy. Kraken still at 34. Nothing happening here. Bybit, I like Bybit. BitMEX still waiting at 25, and just at 35. So nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing has changed. Binance, yeah, also here a lot of spoofing activity, so we need to be careful, because these algos, they use algos, the market makers using us, also the future market of Binance, not only the spot market. So I guess those 2,100 bitcoins are from the market maker, and all these orders here, if we would go down or up now, you would see they would shift. It depends. They are just stopping the price to keep, or they control the price with these orders. So, and they correlates with SPY. So it seems they are synchronized, and I don't know how, but, and unfortunately right now the price is not doing anything. But we will see if SPY, for example, is going up and someone wants to dump in more, they will rise these orders here to maintain the price. As soon as he is done selling, it will go up afterwards, just following SPY. That's how it works. I'm checking this chart 24/7 since month. That's how it works. That's what these guys are doing. They use all these orders here just to control the price action. And they use spoofing with those 2,100 bitcoins and so on and so forth. So they are very well prepared. 31,600, and that's it. How big is that? 8 bitcoin. Kraken futures, yeah, 35, nothing down, nothing happened here. And FTX spot limiting the way down, also at 29k. So 29k at the moment looks very nice. They stopped limiting at 35, it seems. Yes. And even here they stopped at 22, and we still have here 21 something, but nothing big. As you see here also at 24k, a cluster of different others, but this one is the biggest at the moment here. So they are expecting some bearish move and preparing something. Doesn't look that bullish. Okay, that's it. Let's just talk about my personal conclusion.